Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So today from our science subject we are going to learn more about plants. Okay children, ready? Yes. So before going to the concept, then we'll just have a revision for whatever we have learned from the previous sessions. So what we have learned about plants? Then plants on mountains are called evergreen trees, and these trees bear cones, hence called conifers. So what we learned is plants on mountains are called as what children? Evergreen trees. Why? Because they remain green throughout the year. So that is why we call them as evergreen trees, and such plants grow on the mountains. Yes or no? And these trees bear cones. These trees bear cones. See here in the picture, like cone shaped trees. These trees bear cones, in the sense the leaves of these trees are in the shape of the cone, hence called conifers. The sharp leaves are called as conifers. Okay, pine, fir and cedar are some of the conifers, the example of this conifers. Plants in plains are called deciduous trees. So plants in plains means flat surface land area. Okay, these plants are called as deciduous trees. For example of these trees are peepal, banyan, neem and gulmohar. These are called as deciduous trees. So we learn some more type of plants children here. So plants of marshy land. Plants of marshy land. What do you mean marshy children? Marshy. Marshy means wet, like it's filled with so much of water and soil. So this area is called as marshy. Okay, plants that have clayey soil and plenty of water, and the water cannot drain away, so it collects in the soil. Okay, so what happens is the places that have clayey soil, you know children, normally you play with clay. No, black color soil, you play with clay and it is very sticky. Why it is very sticky? Because it is always wet. This clay is very soft. So this clay is very soft because it is growing, this soil is in the wet area, so it's very soft. Okay, so these marshy areas have a clayey type of soil, again which is convenient to grow some type of trees. Like if you see here, in our picture we are having trees which we call them as mangrove trees. Mangrove trees, okay, they are growing on the water surface only here. But and this marshy land, this water is not able to drain away, it remains there only. The water is not going to drain away, it remains on the land only. And so that is why you can get the soil collected there, much of the soil collected there, and that soil is nothing but a clayey soil which is very much soft. And these mangrove trees grow in such marshy pieces or swamps. Marshy places or swamps, both are the same, like both have the same meaning. Okay, mangrove trees grow in such marshy places or swamps. So these trees what we are seeing in the picture, so these trees grow in such type of marshy areas, okay, or swamp areas where you have a clayey type of soil and water which is not going to drain away. Understood children? Yes. Roots of the plants in marshy lands grow above the ground to take in the air they need instead of under the soil. What happens here? Roots of the plants. So roots of the plants, so whatever plants are growing in these areas, for them the roots of the plants, they grow above the ground. Normally what happens, our plants, what we learnt as, they grow, the roots where they be under the soil. No, they be under the soil. but here what happens, the roots are above the ground. You can see the roots, actually see here in the here, these are all the roots of this mangrove trees. Okay, they are above the ground, and we can see they are above the water. Okay, so why they are above the ground? To take the air they need. No, we already learned that plants need air, plants need, sunlight to grow. The plants need water. Plants need air, water and sunlight to grow. Already water is there. Sunlight also is there. And now what they want is the air. And these roots, they absorb in the sense they absorb the air in the atmosphere, and they get all the nutrients from the water. Okay, so instead of under the soil, these roots are above the soil. Such roots are called aerial or breathing roots. So such roots are called as what, children? Aerial or breathing roots. Okay, because they are taking air from above the ground, so that is why we call them as breathing roots. Clear, children? So marshy land is nothing but a wetland which is filled with water, and here mangrove trees grow. Okay, and these trees have roots above the ground. Why? To take the air they need. Okay, and such type of roots are called as breathing roots. Clear, children? Okay. Now the other type of plants here, insectivorous plants. So what are insectivorous plants? There are some unusual and strange kinds of plants which trap and eat insects. Venus flytrap and pitcher plant catch insects in special traps made from their modified leaves. Okay, see, insectivorous, you are getting the meaning in the name only of the plant. Yes or no? See, what are they? They are some unusual. They are not usual plants. Normally, plants, what they take as food, children? As I said before, they take air, they take water, and they take sunlight. No, to prepare their food. Okay, but here this insectivorous plant, they are unusual. They are not usual as the remaining plants, and they take strange kind of plants which trap and eat insects. They are strange kind of plants which trap and eat insects. They are going to trap, they are going to catch and eat insects as their food. That is why we call them as insectivorous plants. Clear, children? Understood why they are unusual? They are not taking normal food as the other plants do. These plants are taking insects as their food. They are eating insects. So that is why they are called as insectivorous plants. Okay, and why, how they are taking insects, in the sense actually they have got a nectar. Actually this nectar, it is like a sweet nectar, sweet like sugar. So because of this nectar, what happens, the insects get attracted to the plant to have the nectar. So when the insects come to have that nectar, these plants are going to catch that insect and eat them as their food. Okay, children? Understood? So this is why we call them as insectivorous plants. And here Venus flytrap and pitcher plant catch insects in special traps made from their modified leaves. So for these, some of the examples of these plants, Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. So these plants catch special traps. Trap is nothing but like a plant to catch the something. Okay, so they have a special trap made from their modified leaves. See, if you see here, Venus flytrap plant is there, here pitcher plant is there. Okay, so what is happening here, these, because of these leaves specially made or designed, like this is nature's design, so because of this modified leaves they are able to catch the insect. No, so here insect, and they are able to eat their food. Clear, children? Venus flytrap plant is a marshy land plant. So Venus flytrap plant is a marshy land plant. So what is a marshy land plant, children? A plant which grows on wet areas. So Venus flytrap plant is also a marshy land plant. It grows on wet areas. Clear? So insectivorous plants, what are they? They are unusual. They trap and eat insects. How? Because of the nectar. How insects are attracted to the plant? Because of the nectar. Okay. Example of these plants are Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. Okay. How they are able to eat? Because of this modified leaves. How, I mean, not eat, how they are able to catch? Because of the modified leaves. Clear, children? Yes. Now we learn some other type of plants now. So these are what? These are grass family plants. Plants of the grass family. Some common varieties of plants that belong to the grass family are rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, sugarcane, bamboo, etc. Plants of the grass family. Here some common varieties of plants that belong to the grass family are rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, sugarcane, bamboo, etc. Okay. The plants of this family provide food for us and animals. See, as you see in the picture, children, so we are talking about the plants of a grass family, grass. So all the plants what we are seeing here like are looking like grass, but these plants are different from each other. So they all come under a family, that is grass family. For example, rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, sugarcane, bamboo. All these plants, okay, so they are common varieties of plants that belong to the grass family. Okay, they look like grass only. That's why they are called as grass family. Okay, so we know rice plant. No, maybe you have seen the paddy crop. Paddy is nothing but rice. Wheat crop, sugarcane, bamboo, zobar. All these plants look like grass. Okay, so because they are of grass family. The plants of this family provide food for us and animals. Yes, of course. Yes or no? So the plants of this family, they are going to provide food for us. We are eating rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, sugarcane. All this, no, we are eating, and we are also able to get wood from bamboo, and even the same plants are also being taken food as for the animals also. Yes or no? So the plants of this family are providing food for us and also animals. Okay, unlike other plants, the leaves of the grass do not grow at the tips. So if you see the other plants, children, so as we learned that for the plant we have a stem. Again a stem has branches. Again branches get leaves. No, so new leaves. Okay, and it starts growing. No, but not like that. Like this grass plant, they never grow from the stems or the branches. They grow from the base. Here. Base in the sense what, children? Here, from the ground level, from the root level. They grow from the ground level. Okay. Oh, they grow quickly, and they also grow very quickly. They grow very quickly when compared to the other type of plants. Yes or no, children? So grass family is what? Where the plants like which provides food for us and also for animals. So they are little different from the other plants. They are not growing from the tips. They grow from the base, and they grow very quickly. Okay, clear children? Yes, we learn some more plants now. So, what is that? Plants in deserts. Plants in deserts. Yes, children. Deserts. How is the climate in desert? Yes, so much hot and no rains. Minimum rain. At the most, we don't have rains in desert. No. So, what type of plants do we have in deserts? So, here the ground in desert is dry. There is very little water as it rains very rarely. Yet plants live and survive. So plants in desert. How is the ground there? It is very dry. It is not wet. It is very dry because there is very little water. There is so much of scarcity of water in desert. Scarcity is very less. Why? Because it rains very rarely, very occasionally. They don't get, desert areas do not have rainfall as we have in our normal rainy season, 3 months or 2 to 4 months of rainy season. Very less rain they receive. Yet plants live and survive even though there is less rain, so no water sources. Even though in deserts also we can see some type of plants, and they live and survive. Even they survive, they'll have life, they grow. Plants like cactus of many kinds have roots that are spread far out just under the surface of the soil. So what type of plants we can see in desert, children? So we can see plants of cactus type of plants. So as you can see in the picture, so this type of cactus and many kinds of cactus family you can see here, and these plants, they have roots that are spread far out just under the surface of the soil. Like these roots, the roots of these plants, they lay under the surface of the soil as our normal plant. No, so they spread far out, in the sense the roots spread far, in the sense they take much place to spread their roots. So desert plants normally have small leaves. So they have small leaves, okay, and the leaves of cactus are like sharp spines. How are the leaves of cactus, children? They are like sharp spines. Sharp spines in the sense thorns. Sharp thorns. No, if you just touch it, you feel like it is going to prick your finger. Okay, it's sharp thorns. And this prevent loss of water from the leaves, because they are having that sharp spines. What happens is, so whatever less water they are having, no, that loss, it is going to be saved. It is going to be saved from the leaves, in the sense the leaves are going to save the water loss for the plant. Okay, they are going to save the water loss. The cactus plant stores food and water in its thick and fleshy stems. Then where do that plants store their food, children? They are going to store the food and water in its thick and fleshy stems. See, these are all stems of the plant, desert plants, and they are going to store the food and water, and the stems are very thick and fleshy. Okay, clear, children? So what about the plants in desert? So as the ground is very dry in desert areas and they receive very little water, and very little water, and rains are also very rare, that is very occasionally, still plants are able to live and survive. Why? Because they are able to store the water in their stems. Okay, they are able to store their water in their stems. Okay, and how about the roots? The roots are under the soil, and they spread very far. Okay, children, clear? Okay. So these are some types of plants what we have learnt, and now we'll just do our revision like whatever we have learnt in the form of question and answers. Ready children? Okay. So the first question for us is, where are mangrove trees found? So I gave you the answer here. So it's a coastal areas. Where are mangrove trees found? Coastal areas. That is what I said, like the wet areas. The areas near the oceans and seas are called as coastal areas. We see mangrove trees in coastal areas. Clear children? Yes. And the second one is, mangrove swamps occur in warm climates near the dash. Mangrove swamps occur in warm climates near the dash. What are they? The first one is forest, B oceans, C lakes, D rivers. Forest, oceans, lakes and rivers. So as we said just now that they grow in coastal areas. No. So what will be the answer now? It is the B option, that is oceans. So are you able to see here? So on the water, and even soil also will be there under the water. So they are able to grow in such type of areas. Okay. And the third question, what attracts insects to the fly trap? What attracts insects to the fly trap? Nectar, pollen, hairs, the green color. Nectar, pollen, hairs, the green color. What attracts children? A, that is nectar. Clear? Okay. And the fourth question, rubber plant grows. Where do rubber plant grows? In marshy area, in the area with heavy rainfall, on the sea coast, or in the desert. So this also grows on the wet areas only. So that is why then our answer is in the area with heavy rainfall. In the area with heavy rainfall. So we'll have rubber plants here. Okay. Again the next question, tea and coffee grows in. Tea and coffee grow in like hot and wet climate. Tea and coffee plants, we can see them in hot and wet climate areas. Okay children? Okay. Then next question, match the following plants in column 1 with their examples in column 2. So here we are having a column where we are given the plants and their examples. So we have to match it. Now column 1, what we are having here, P is conifers, Q is insectivorous plant, and R is desert plant. So 1 is pitcher, 2 is cactus, 3 is pine. So which is the correct match? Okay now. So conifers children. Conifers, for example, conifer, which plant? Pine. Pine plant. Okay. Insectivorous plant? Pitcher. Desert plant? Cactus. Now that is why P3, Q1 and R2, that will be our answer. Yes or no? Yes. So P3, Q1 and R. Mangroves develop aerial roots. This is an adaptation to the, see, understand the question here. Mangroves develop aerial roots. Okay. This is an adaptation to the, what? A is type of soil, B is temperature, C is amount of water available, and D is amount of rain. Okay. So adaptation is what children, like getting adjusted. No, in getting adjusted to that particular environment. So why mangroves develop aerial roots? To take the air. To take the air. No. So and this is the adaptation to the type of soil. Type of soil. Clear? Okay. The next question. The plants that are most useful to man are. So plants that are most useful to man, where we are able to get food, those plants are much useful for us. Yes or no? Yes. What are they? What type of plants are they? Hilly plants, underwater plants, desert plants, or plants of the grass family? Children? Yes, D, that is plants of the grass family. Okay, now the next question. Trees which grow in marshy lands are known as. Trees which grow in marshy lands are known as. What are they known as? Deciduous, water lily, mangrove, coniferous. Coniferous, okay. Which type of trees grow in marshy lands, children? Got the answer? Yes, it is mangrove. Mangrove trees. Okay. Which of these plants has pot-like structures to trap insects? Which of these plants has pot-like structures to trap insects, in the sense to catch insects? So they are insectivorous plants. Venus flytrap, sundew, picher, or duckweed. So which of the plant? Which plant is that? It is picher. It has a pot-like structure. Okay, as it is there in the picture when I was explaining you about the insectivorous plant. Okay, children, it is picher. It has a pot type of structure. Okay, a Venus flytrap plant closes its leaves to trap insects. This shows that the plant is reproducing, respiring, responding to stimulus, moving from one place to another. So children, what will be the correct answer here? Reproducing, respiring, responding to stimulus, or moving from one place to another. So what is the question is? Venus fly plant closes its leaves to trap insects. No. So here what is happening? There is an action happening. Okay. So and when the insect is coming near the plant, then the plant is trapping that insect. It is catching the insect by closing its leaves, and this is showing that it is responding to stimulus. It is responding to stimulus. This one, the C option is the correct answer. Okay, children, stimulus is nothing but a reaction for an action. Suppose for example, here in insectivorous plant, this Venus fly plant is closing its leaves to trap insect. No, when the insect is coming near the leaf, it is closing the leaf and it is taking it as a food. Same like that sunflower plant, it turns according to the sunlight. No, touch me not plant. So when you touch the plant, the leaves are going to fold. No. So this is called as stimulus. Okay, children. So just a reaction for a action, that is. Okay, clear? Now, the next question is the last one. This is which of the following functions is also performed by the roots of the mangrove plant besides taking in water and mineral salts from the soil? So apart from taking mineral salts from the soil and also the water, so what is the other work performed by the roots of the mangrove plant? So our options are, first one is absorption of food, absorption of water, food storage, and breathing of air. Breathing of air. So these are the four options. What is the correct answer, children? Yes, it is breathing of air. Now we learnt that the roots are above the surface. No. So that is why to take air, to breathe the air. So this breathing of air is one of the main function performed by the roots. Clear, children? So that's all for today. So just again revise all these sessions. Okay. Take care. Goodbye. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.